Hey, well, there you have it. Dragonflight is releasing November 28th. 2 years and 1 week after Shadowlands. But there's actually some more to talk about because we've also learned what the content release schedule is going to be like, and also this lines up with a pretty prominent leak, so we might actually know even more. It's a pretty damn exciting time, but one that I think a lot of people will still be cautious of because Shadowlands had its issues. So I'll also break down this state of beta and testing for you today to address those fears, and you can understand what to expect. There's not much else to say in the release date. For years, WoW expansions have had remarkable timing, and this could tell us something. Legion came out August. BFA, August, 2 years later. Obviously, COVID did knock Shadowlands back a bit, but with that done, they're actually just back to their reliable 2-year expansion schedule. Now, this also could be seen to be things going to plan, and that would seem to back up Ian's statement that Dragonflight has got just as much development time as any other expansion would have. He said that to allay fears of things being rushed or things being cut. Now, on the topic of things being cut, to be honest, I do have to wonder how much of Shadowlands got cut because there's shit in that expansion that just does not line up. But anyway, all things being good, we're actually back to schedule now, and let's hope that the new team of 100 developers that got added will also be able to bolster their content. Speaking of that, I'm actually planning a big content expansion. I'm planning to grow the team for the Warcraft channel, and a very cool new lore series that will be dropping pretty damn soon. And if you'd like to back us up for doing that, and also get some dope loot, including this art special, oh boy, that we're running this month and next month, so you'll get both of those cards if you're in either of the months, then hit up our Patreon, links down below. There's only a few days left in this month, which is Priest Month, where you'll get the super sick Priest class card. It'll come with a stand so you can put it in your desk. Also, the Chimera pin, and some more art from the world that we're building. And also, here's a little sneak peek at next month's loot too. On the content front, podcasts are back. There's over 6 hours of deep lore content, most recently on the end of the universe and Neltharion. So a whole bunch on the Patreon if you want to support us just that little bit more. Link down below. Okay, let's get into the gruesome details. Season 1, here's the deal. December 13th, everything releases, other than LFR. That includes Mythic. December 20th, January 3rd, and January 16th are when the LFR wings release. Of course, if you're in the EU, then I just gave you the US dates. Add 1 day to that, and that's the EU release date. Wild. And also, Mythic is cross-faction from the start, which will no doubt be lovely for loads of groups of friends. Now, there is a caveat there. If you want to be eligible for the Hall of Fame, then 16 out of 20 players need to be in the same guild and faction. Now, also, with Mythic releasing on the same day as Normal and Heroic, this actually means that Mythic Plus Dungeons, which also release on that day, will have no loot cap whatsoever. And of course, that's also when the PvP season starts. So man, this sure is a Blizzard that is more comfortable with change. And on the Mythic Plus front, they've confirmed that Inspiring and Necrotic are gone. That's good. They'll announce a new affix soon, so let's hope that it's not one that just feels like a random pain in the balls. So 2 weeks is what you'll have between launch and the start of all of this content. Now, leveling won't be super hard. I think like most modern WoW expansions, the leveling up to the new cap doesn't take a crazy amount of time. Now, there is, the sort of system where things are a bit more freed up on your alts, and there are loads of actually pretty damn good side quests in this expansion, so you should be able to level up doing the main stuff in your main, and then actually just enjoy the side content, where actually a lot of the good stories are. You can do that if you're leveling your alt up. And those will be an interesting 2 weeks as well. That's when a lot of players like myself will be doing the Mythic Zero World Tour, which will include all 8 of the new dungeons in the expansion. Of course, when the Mythic Plus season starts, then it's 4 Dragonflight dungeons, and then 4 dungeons from the games past that have got Mythic Plus added to them, with Blizzard doing that, knowing that it will be a bit weird at the start, but also knowing that they want Season 2 to have a completely different dungeon pool to what Season 1 had, and I guess that is a goal that I can get behind. Also, professions. They will be more important than ever in this expansion, which honestly I think is just fantastic. I really like the profession redesign, and that does mean that in that 2 weeks there'll be really just a big old hunk of video game to bite into. Yeah, some Christmas raiding may occur. I think, look, if your guild is just saying, like, raid over Christmas or you'll be kicked, man, you deserve better. That's just assholery. I know that it's like, there's a bit of friction there, and that does suck, but to be honest, I think for the vast majority of players, I mean, this is one of the few holidays that we get. I wouldn't mind just being cozy, playing the game, to be honest. So, yeah, there's that. Want to talk about the leak? I think we should talk about the leak. Remember this? Well, this leak came out just before Blizz announced the Wrath Classic stuff, and it was right about that. We can now also see that it matches the release date for the expansion, so per this leak, PrePatch is October 25th, just shy of a month away from now. Of course, we know from the test builds that it will have some catch-up gear, the Old Man Dungeon, and these invasions that are going to be themed after the 4 different elements, and will see us defend some classic Azeroth zones. So, there you go. And it is kind of crazy, because to me it doesn't feel like there's been a content drought, because I just played a bunch of content that I hadn't played before. Now, yeah, one part of that's because I actually hadn't played those mega dungeons in Mythic Plus mode. But look, still, unlike past WoW expansions, Season 4 has actually given us shit to do. There hasn't been, you know, just a period of time where, you know, the final season is done and then there's just that, like, 5 months that's completely dry. No. Like, it wasn't a content tsunami, but it certainly was not a content drought because of Season 4. And then, of course, loads of us are playing Wrath Classic now as well. So overall, yeah, that's been pretty sweet. And another nice thing has happened, and that is that, to capitalize on all of this good news, Blizzard are bringing back the 50% XP buff. That's going to last until PrePatch, so you won't be able to use it to power level your squad of evokers. But because the leak tells us the PrePatch, that does mean that the XP boost will last from the 4th of October to the 25th of October. Now, leveling is already super quick, so I think this would be a great thing to make use of to avoid, well, I guess not having the ults you want. But also, do remember that when the PrePatch comes out, level 50 to 60 will be a part of Chromie time, so you'll be able to do it anywhere, not just Shadowlands. So, there's that. I don't want to do Shadowlands again. I can't take any more Shadowlands. I'm done. Okay. Also, Morozond. I just wanted to point out that, you know, they've led all their marketing with Alex Straza so far, but the thumbnail of the YouTube video for the announcement, release date announcement trailer, it's got Morozond on it. I don't know why that just got me so animated. I have been listening to a lot of Gamma Ray, and I've drank nothing but coffee today, so maybe I do just have the jitters. So, yeah, for the people who get motion sick because for some reason my head bobs all over the place when I talk, sorry, it was probably even worse this time around. But anyway, Morozond. A lot of us have been suspecting that, well, it wasn't Morozond. It was, is it Nozdormu or Nozdormu? I always get him slightly wrong. Sorry about that. Anyway, he was on the thumbnail. A lot of us think that he will turn into Morozond, the one which I can reliably pronounce, during this expansion, which I think could be pretty damn impactful, actually. And if you want to understand more of why I think that, there's a lore video that me and Jared actually did a whole big podcast going super deep into that. That's on our Patreon. YouTube members, you guys can also access it. And sort of based on a few things in that discussion, I then made that video. So watch that video, you'll find out more, maybe listen to the podcast. But yeah, you know, just he's in the expansion. They've featured him prominently in this marketing, and it just makes you think, okay, when is Morozond going to show up? That's one thing you might have been wondering, but I know one thing that everyone's been wondering is, yeah, but is it too soon? Are we screwed? And that's a funny one. To be honest with you, I don't think we're screwed. I don't. Look, by this stage in BFA, there was alarm bells everywhere. There were narrative alarm bells, game design alarm bells. It was just alarm bells. By this stage in Shadowlands, it was a funny thing of, you know, okay, the first few weeks will be good, but there's going to be issues. Covenants, those are a big problem. And look, most of the things that we talked about before Shadowlands, we said they would be a problem. They ended up being a problem. Is there any similar such drama for this expansion? No? No, I mean, look, I know that really might come off as a disappointment because it's fun to be riled up, but no. There seriously is no crazy big drama. Now, yes, there's some quibbles here and there and things like that. Look, the waters may get a little bit choppy, but if Dragonflight was to be mildly choppy waters, the previous 2 expansions were launching while the little radar thing is showing multiple torpedoes heading for the boat. I guess that's a weird analogy, but honestly, that is my analogy. Good. Good. And I know, saying good in the context of WoW, it might feel weird. We're not used to that. We're always used to there being a but, aren't we? Always used to thinking, yeah, but we're standing in ice and at any point it could crack and I could fall into the deep, dark, horrible water. There you go. Overall, it's pretty damn good news. And what a busy few months it's going to be. You know that we have announced that our game's coming out in 2022. And we haven't announced that that's not going to happen. So, you can maybe infer into that what you will. So honestly, on the game studio stuff, it's going awesome. I'm actually, let's just say I'm editing stuff over the weekend. We have some cool stuff's going on there. Obviously, I can't really announce anything to you because we are working with a publisher. We're not self-publishing, so we got to be a good team player with the publisher, right? But it's just really exciting. I mean, obviously, with 2022 being the plan, you can perhaps infer roughly where we are. And I'm just really happy with things. So that's incredibly exciting. Wrath Classic stuff, that's also really exciting. We've had 2 new members join the team. One on the game side, working on QA and a few other things. One on, I guess, actually between both, really. It should be pretty cool. She should be like the intersection of everything that we do. She'll be working a whole bunch on Patreon. So things will be, just better and better and better managed there. And of course, as I said towards the top of the video, we've got a big new lore series dropping soon. And to be honest with you guys, I am... For personal reasons, I had a tremendously shitty 2.5 years that honestly, totally, it fucking turned my brain into scrambled eggs. And someday I will talk about it. There was definitely some pretty scary and horrible times. I do appear to be through all of those now. And to be honest, these last 2 weeks, these are the first weeks in years that I've actually felt like who I remember myself being, which is a nice feeling again, funny enough. But I guess it just means right now, man, I am all gas, no brakes. Let's fucking go. So that's why I want to expand the team. I want to start doing shit because god damn it, the whole mission of what we do here is make cool shit, that's anytime you see sponsors in our videos, I'm trying to make money come in. Almost none of it goes to me. It goes into new things. If profitability went up massively, I would immediately be like, okay, can we afford a new editor? Can we do something more ambitious with the game? That is 100% what it's all for, because at the end of the day, you know what? Money, you don't take it with you. You need enough to be happy enough, obviously. Actually, my co-founder in the games business he's got the best quote. Money does not buy happiness, but a distinct lack of it, So that's what that's for. But beyond that, cool shit. So that's what I'm trying to think about. And hey, if you got any suggestions, let me know. But there's a few series that I want to get into, and we'll need a larger editing staff to actually make that happen. So I'm working on how we can actually make that be possible right now. And on the game side, I mean, yeah, ambitious plans, because we're here to make cool shit. That's what actually gives you a feeling of goddamn fulfillment and purpose in life. It is making cool shit that people like, cool shit that actually can make people feel better, can give them a cool, unique experience, man. So that is the name of the goddamn game. And yeah, all gas, no brakes. Let's hope we don't end up in a big wreck, though. Anyway, there's the news. Let me know what you think about it. These are interesting times. Of course, if you'd like to get any of that sick, delicious loot, you can check out our Patreon, which is in the link down below. Other than that, I'll see you tomorrow for the live stream, Saturday for the regularly scheduled news, and there's cool shit coming after that. Have a good one.